Good morning everyone and welcome to the stream. It is a lovely day in Britain. It almost seems like the start of summer and it's coinciding brilliantly with the start of United's midfield revamp. That's what we're focusing on today. Manuel Ugarte, Scott McTominay, Casemiro, Adrien Rabiot, all vocal points of discussion. How are we all doing, chat? How are we all doing? Adam Calvert, morning. Alex, it is a lovely day today. It is, isn't it? It's absolutely lovely outside, absolutely wonderful, and I'm hoping it's going to be a wonderful stream for all of us. Let me know, are we enjoying our Friday? Are we getting up to anything fun? We've got anything fun for the weekend? Let me know, chat. Let me know. How are we doing, Cobby Blake? You doing good, mate? Hope we're all doing well. Oh, end of the week finally as well. Can't wait for this weekend. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. How are we all doing, chat? We'll wait a minute or two to let everyone filter through, and then we'll get straight into the stream. As I've said, a massive midfield revamp today. That is the main focus of the stream. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Oh dear me. How are we all doing, chat? How are we all doing? One more minute. Good morning, Carl. How you doing, my man? Good morning, Hannington Senior. How we doing, mate? Hope we're all doing well. We've got some mods, by the way. They might be coming along at some point. We finally got a mod team. Good morning, museum. Here we go for Ugarte today, hopefully. Jonathan Bull, there we go. That's one of our new mods. Welcome to the stream, mate. Good morning, Josh, your boy. How are we all doing? So the M, our other mod, welcome to the stream. They're not going to really intervene. They're just here to make sure everything goes along smoothly. Hope it's all doing well. Let's get into the stream. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MPB Morning Show. I'm your host, Alex, at Alex Talks All, and it feels like Manchester United are moving at 1,000,000 miles per hour as we've just moved from our major target, a coup of the century so far, in Leny Yoro, straight on to our midfield main target. If you want to know who that is and so much more about today's stream, then please get involved and smash that like button. We're halfway through to our goal of 6,000 subscribers, so any help you can give us would mean the world to me. And now, shall we get into the stream by focusing on the news of our Manuel Ugarte. Chat, it was a huge day for us yesterday. Leny Yoro was announced. Let me know when you saw that the announcement, just how excited he looked, how happy Eric Ten Hag looked. How happy were you about Leny Yoro coming to Manchester United? To me, I couldn't stop smiling from ear to ear. I was like a little kid on Christmas, kid in a candy shop. That's how I felt. Let me know, chat. Let me know, how did you feel when the Leny Yoro announcement was done at 8 o'clock last night? But before all that happened, Plenty Goal said, after finalising the signing of Leny Yoro today, Manchester United are set to continue pushing for Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte is still high on United's list, and the player is keen to join the club and their new project. No agreement yet, but talks ongoing. Let's look at these two parts of this report. So to me, it's actually quite interesting. The first one to focus on is a player's keenness to join a new project. It's really interesting to me. It's really interesting to me because beforehand, there was always seemed to be a bit of scepticism about joining United. Leny Yoro needed to be convinced. Someone like Joshua Zirkzee needed to be convinced, and they were sold on this new project. It took some time, though, to really tell them, look, this new project is going to go bang. Ineos are here. Ineos are going to make Manchester United great again. With Manuel Ugarte, the new project sells itself. When you see us bringing in Leny Yoro from the claws of Real Madrid, taking Real Madrid's top target, taking Joshua Zirkzee, an undervalued but very hyped up striker with a wonderful release clause, getting a discount on the commission for him. Surely other players are now looking at Manchester United and sort of licking their lips, getting rather excited and going, you know what? I want to go there. They're acting like a smart football club. And to me, you know what? Look, it's making me rather excited. The other part of the tweet I want to look at is the first bit. After finalising the signing of Leny Yoro today, Manchester United are set to continue pushing for Manuel Ugarte. Look at the words, set to continue pushing. That indicates that there has been a pause. That there's a pause with all other deals. It shows to me just how big of an operation it was to get Leny Yoro. I'll be discussing at the end of the stream, I'll be talking about the Leny Yoro athletic report and doing a deep dive into all of that. But looking at the... But just a little bit of a mention, Omar Barada was obsessed with this deal. He put everything behind it. Jason Wilcox visited Yoro and his family months ago. When he first joined, he first started going after Yoro properly. Wilcox went to go say hello. This has been a whole club operation. And before, whole club operations would grind us to a halt for a long, long time. Think of Frankie de Jong. Think of him, how long it took us out of action for. We put everything on him and it didn't work out. But what's happened beautifully now is we have a different sort of strategy around it. Short, quick, concise, efficient. That is how we move Leny Yoro. We gave them a week deadline. They stuck to it and we got it over the line. But we're going to move on to Manuel Ugarte. Let's see what we're doing, chat. What we're saying. What do we all say to the Leny Yoro announcements? Is the Everton takeover failed? Whoa. Oh, is it failed? Chat, that's huge. Oh, chat. Oh, Javid Banthwaite, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this day keeps on getting better and better. The skies are blue, the sun is shining, the heat is lovely in England today. And just as I'm having a great stream, Everton's takeover has failed. Wow. Oh. That could be interesting, that. We'll get back to that later, chat. We'll talk about Ugarte first, but we will be getting back to Javid Banthwaite and his precarious position very, very soon. Wow. Well, this is good news, chat. What a way to start the stream. Anyway, back to Manuel Ugarte, shall we? Back to Manuel Ugarte. Sticky toffee pudding, anyone? I'm up for it, mate. I'm up for sticky toffee pudding. Anyone else up for sticky toffee pudding? Because they seem in a bit of a precarious position right now. I don't know. But last night, after seeing the Ugarte news, I thought, you know what? United will take a day off. They'll give themselves a bit of a rest. Dan Ashworth will have a cocktail. They'll all go down the local pub. I thought today would be a quiet news day. I'd be able to wake up, have a lie-in, maybe take a day off from streaming, go to the pub during my lunch, have a nice little day in a beer garden. But then Fabrizio Romano, how dares he, drops the bomb on me. He says Manchester United have reached an agreement on personal terms with Manuel Ugarte, and we know what this means. We did it with Banthwaite. When a player wants to come, we agree terms with them first, and then we push. I expect very, very soon us to make a move for Manuel Ugarte, and an official bid should be coming soon to Paris Saint-Germain. Chat, first of all, how much would you pay for Manuel Ugarte? Let's get you involved in the stream. How much would you be paying? To me, I know what I would pay for him. Paris Saint-Germain apparently wants someone from 55 to 60 million. Others have sort of thought about 40 million pounds would be a fair price. Chat, what would you be paying PSG for Manuel Ugarte? I want to hear all of your opinions. Over 75 of you in the stream right now. Let's hear what you want. Banthwaite, I told you, 20 quid and some Walker's crisps better than Everton. Oh dear God. We're going to rinse them hopefully. Yoro had me on the moon. 6 million Banthwaite bid final offer. You know what? Be fair. After what they've done to us, it's karma is what it is. It's karma. I see Everton fans chirping so much at the moment. Absolute karma. Is Benchwaite now a starter? God damn it, you lot. Good God, Jonathan, mate. United should just text them saying, remember that 35 plus £5 million offer we made? Yeah, no. Let's lower it even more. But let's hear your Ugarte, opinions, lad. Let's hear it. 45 million, 40 odd, 35 plus 5. I agree with this. How do you feel about us signing Ugarte, Alex? Is he the answer? I'll talk about my opinions on Ugarte in a bit. I watched a full 90 of him last night. God knows who it was against. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And I'd sort of come round to him a little bit more. I'll give you my opinions on him in a bit. 40 million pounds, Jonathan Ball. Puma League says, is it just me, by the way, or I haven't really seen a reliable source on price for Ugarte? Anyone know what the range discussed is? United want anywhere as low as 35, 40 million pounds. PSG wants 60 million pounds. That's the comparison we're looking at the moment. 32 to 40 million pounds, including add-ons for Ugarte's premium, loan with an option to buy, says Mayor Garnus. Mate, you are absolutely spot on. To me, Ugarte is a risk. He didn't have a good season at PSG. A player we were previously linked to, Edson Alvarez, someone who you lot all said no to, arguably had a better season than him at West Ham United. So to me, I'm looking at that deal and I'm going, do I really want him? But looking at him at Sporting, he was really quite excellent. Really good off the ball, a strong caveat of the ball. But I have a lot of concerns about his mentality on off the ball. Not that he's particularly violent, the fact that he's a little bit too eager, maybe a little bit undisciplined, which you can't really have in an anchor role, which is what we're supposed to be going for at Manchester United. A single pivot is the long-term aim, surely, of this Manchester United side. So I see him as quite a big risk for United. He's a bigger risk than Yoro. I saw on Twitter yesterday, everyone was like, Yoro's a huge risk, he's young. Manchester United shouldn't be having young players rise to the top. There's too much pressure on them. Do you know what this club is built on? The class of 92, Cristiano Ronaldo. This Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard in recent years, Alejandro Garnacho, Kobbie Mainoo. This club is built on the foundation set by the youngest of the young, the Busby Babes. That's what this club is built on. So to be laughed at and said, oh, Leny Yoro is a risk because he's young, it makes me furious. And to me, he's not a risk, but Manuel Ugarte, just due to how interesting his profile might fit into the side, I'm a little bit concerned by. I don't really know if he'll fit. I'd rather go for Neves, not sure on Ugarte. You know what, at the moment, I'm more sold on Ugarte than I am Neves. The more I watch Neves, the more I'm less sold on him. Alex, how nice is it to be on top now? Nobody's laughing at us now, are they? They're trying to laugh at us, Kyle. Other clubs are trying to laugh at us, and it's not working. It's not working anymore. I'd rather... let's see what you're not saying. Louis Saha praising Ugarte on Straight News. Yeah. I don't really know him all that well, so I can't price him. To me, alone with an option to buy, with the buy option being, what, £45 million? To me is fair. If it's an obligation, we're being rinsed. We can't go for an obligation, chat. We can't go for an obligation. It's all coming up. Millhouse. Ron is saying keeping Casemiro is not as bad as keeping McTominay because Collier and Ugarte can learn much from Casemiro. Yeah, mate. I don't rate Collier. So I'm not really going to engage with that. I haven't watched enough of him, but Ugarte is not an anchor, more like a second defensive number 8. So would you play Kobbie Mainoo and Ugarte in a pivot? Is that what you do? Fabrizio Romano continued to say Manchester United will need to sell one midfielder to sign Manuel Ugarte. Chat, the first poll in the stream, I'm going to give it to you right now. First poll in the stream, there's over 80 of you in the chat right now. Let's get involved in here. Who would you rather sell to fund Ugarte? Because it does look to be Ugarte, chat. Casemiro or Scott McTominay? Have fun with this, chat. Have fun with it. I want to see everyone getting involved in that. Everyone getting involved. Catcher Junior saying, hello. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Nars reminds me of a B-Tech Colby. Dan Bazungu. What? That didn't make sense, mate. That wasn't English, I promise you. It wasn't English. An 18-year-old centre-back, a 19-year-old central midfielder, a 19-year-old winger, a 21-year-old striker. Yeah, this club is built on young talent. And this club is thriving at the moment when we thrust these young superstars into prominent roles. Chat, who were two of our best performing players last season? Alejandro Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo. Those boys shone. So if anything at the moment, young players thrive the most at Manchester United. Seemingly how it works. Chris B says, does Yoro even speak English? I was wondering when United showed him the Rio video. I think he does. Mate. I think he does. Or at least he'll learn. Rana says keeping Casemiro is not as bad as keeping McTominay. I disagree with that, mate. I disagree. Can we sell both? Jesus, mate. I don't think we should be going anywhere near selling both. If I was to choose, 65% of you say you would rather sell Scott McTominay than Casemiro, which I disagree with quite drastically. But let me know your reasoning first. Before I give my reasoning, try and sway me. Why would you rather sell Scott McTominay than Casemiro? Is it the experience, the intangibles, the Champions League winning prowess that Casemiro has? The fact that maybe last season was just an off season. Maybe if he's rested a bit more, rotated a bit more, he has that energy to make a difference and can return to first season Casemiro. Let me know, chat. I sell both Casse and Scooby-Doo, Scott McTominay. How you doing, pal? You doing, mate? You doing good, mate? Jonathan Ball says, I put Scott, but purely for PSR reasons. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, I see that argument. I see that argument. Catcher Jr. says, what we have to remember, we are not scouts and players have good potential. Let's leave it to the coaches, and that's where Eric and his staff come in and integrate them into the team. Yeah, mate, I agree. But football is, I will always sort of, when a deal's done, I will back them. Before a deal is done, I think I'm allowed my opinion on it. I'm allowed to question Dan Ashworth. I think I'm allowed to a little bit, aren't I? Oh, I'm going to try to a little bit, chat. I'm going to try to a little bit. Andre McSauce is easier to sell. Yeah, that's fair. Mayor Gorn says, sell both Casemiro and McTominay. Ugarte and Lucas Gorner-Douth in and our midfield is sorted. Do I have to make Mayor? He's not moving this summer. A good friend of mine, Dylan McBennett, reported that, no, that's not happening this summer. They're determined to keep him. He's not really on the move. Joshy Boy says, could Casemiro and Ugarte work in the same midfield? No. Joshy Boy, that's asking like, both of those players aren't great on the ball. Ugarte is safe on the ball, but it's like having two hand grenades in the middle. What do you want both of them to do? What do you want them to do, chat? What would Ugarte and Casemiro would want to be the worst midfielders in the Premier League? Honestly. Ugarte would be trying to do Casemiro's role. They both do the same thing. They're both destroyers. They both run about the place. The problem is Casemiro's too old to do that nowadays. It's like, they would be all over the place. Exactly. Casemiro is a proven, experienced winger who may have just had an off-season, as many talents do at United. Well, let me give my opinion. 54% of you, it's 50-50 at the moment. Anyone joining the stream, we've got a poll going on. Let me see if I can convince you that Scott McTominay should be rather kept at Manchester United and Casemiro should be sold to fund a move for Manuel Ugarte. Scott McTominay is a source of goals. That's what he is. Casemiro was so valuable in his first season at United. He scored goals for us. He was excellent off the ball, but he sort of had this incredible goal-scoring trait. The goal against Chelsea springs to mind immediately. You know that the meme celebration of Casemiro now, shaking the fans, giving them massive bear hugs. You remember that? Yeah. Ever since then, Casemiro had that goal-scoring trait. He really sort of put that home in a Carabao Cup final against Newcastle, getting the first and eventually winning goal. Scott McTominay has that. The goals he scored all season at times set was it against Brentford maybe? The double stoppage time winner, which Scott scored. The goal against Liverpool in the FA Cup quarter-final. The countless goals across the season. He is a consistent goal scorer and brings so much value to Manchester United. He is a physical threat. He's a good presser, better than Casemiro, and most importantly, his legs aren't gone. That boy can still run about all over the place. Casemiro, I think he's got experience. I think he's fallen out with the manager once or twice. I think to an extent he's entitled. He threw a hissy fit apparently when he wasn't selected in the starting lineup in the FA Cup final, where Amrabat eventually put in arguably a near man of the match performance and was a key reason why we won that tie. So when it comes to Scott McTominay, I see more value in him long term. Casemiro has a year or two left. I get it. It's quite difficult to move Casemiro on, but hey ho. That's just the way I see it. I would rather move on Casemiro, but I understand it is easier and probably more beneficial to move Scott on for PSR reasons. But let me know. Have I convinced any of you? Scott's time is over. He needs to go, says Isco. Casemiro's time was over halfway through last season, mate. It was over then. Grenade ball. You know what? That is what a midfield of Casemiro and Ugarte would look like. Grenade ball. It would be appalling. You couldn't pay me to watch that. You couldn't pay me. One second, I missed someone. Joshua Boy, I just think it's more likely we'll sell Scotty because Casemiro's only realistic option is Saudi. It is. And although Saudi Arabia has seemed to be quite a difficult place, I mean, Sky Sports Chef, amongst other United in the knows or people who I trust, various other outlets, he said, interest in Casemiro from Saudi Arabia has cooled for now. This might have heated up a little bit now that N'Golo Kante might be going to where was it? Was it West Ham? He might be going to, and there might be a sort of little twist in that tail there. Casemiro could eventually end up going to Saudi Arabia this summer somehow. But we'll be talking about that a lot later on. Mingus says, do you think Yoro can handle the pressure as a starter next season? He has to. He's a Manchester United player, chat. Young players have to thrive. It's what they're good at. It's what they're good at. And chat, if you are enjoying the stream so far, we are 28 likes in. I would love to hit 40 likes today. All your support is so appreciated on the channel. Let's get all the support we can going on one of the fastest growing communities in the Manchester United fan base. Casemiro would be very difficult to sell due to his wages. Yeah, 100. Yeah, I get that. But chat, let me know. If we sign Ugarte next year and say another midfielder, I don't mind who that other midfielder is, who would be your starting midfield three this summer? At the moment, I've built a sort of lineup, which I think is the most likely lineup for us at the end of the transfer window. Right now, chat, let me know who you think your midfield three would be if and probably when we sign Manuel Ugarte, because to me, it'll be happening somewhat soon. It'll be happening somewhat soon. Yoro is going to be fantastic. He's going to be a superstar, mate. He is going to be a superstar. I feel like I was watching football back in the 70s, lol. It would be, though. Just two destroyers who don't really know what's going on, to be honest with you, on the ball. The problem is, Ugarte is not even that bad. He's just so safe. And the lack of a progressive passer in the middle would be so costly to us. Maynard was only just good enough to be able to do it. And even then, he's a carry-first midfielder, not a pass-first midfielder. So I'm a little bit intrigued to how Maynard and Ugarte would work on the ball. And chat, I seem to have convinced you at the end of this poll, 55% of you would rather sell Casemiro to fund Ugarte than Scott McTominay. And I'm ending that while my side wins. Pure dictatorship here, chat. Pure dictatorship. Let's see what you lot are saying. Bruno, Kobe, Ugarte. Ugarte, Manu, Bruno. Yeah, it's fair. Manu, Bruno, and number 6. Pal, would your number 6 be Ugarte? Would he be an Ugarte? There. Would your number 6 be Ugarte? Or is it someone else? Ahmed, you'll be the best defender in the Prem. Let's not say that. Let's not say that. He could be in 4 or 5 years' time. But let's see. Let's see. Kobe, Ugarte, Bruno. I think that's everyone's sort of... that's what everyone's sort of opinion is at the moment, isn't it? I would keep Scott rubbish but still scores goals. How can you be rubbish and score goals, mate? How on earth can you be rubbish and score goals? How? How, mate? Casemiro has to leave. If not, then we will never be able to sell him. He'll run out his contract with his ridiculously high wages. So yeah, it'd be a bit frustrating, but you know what? I can see it happening, unfortunately. And speaking of Scott McTominay, speaking of those two moving, let's look at Scott McTominay and the fact that he might just be moving on to, of all clubs, Galatasaray. Reported by Pletigol, Galatasaray have not given up hope on signing Scott McTominay. They believe the player is open to joining them and there are serious chances to sign them. Talks are ongoing between Galatasaray and Manchester United. United are demanding around £25 million, which is too high for the Turkish club. What do we feel about that, chat? £25 million for Scott McTominay, is that a fair deal? Galatasaray don't really have the funds for that at the moment, but let me know, do you think 25 million is a fair deal? There's over 85 of you in the stream right now. Let's boost the algorithm. Let's get this stream out to more people. A stream of yeses and nos in the chat. I want to hear your opinion. Is Scott McTominay worth £25 million for me? No, not a chance. He's worth like 40 odd. Is what he is. Someone who can score that many goals, not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance worth under 40 million. He's a £40 million player. Bambo says PSG wants United to go for Neves for them. We should go for Neves ASAP. He is 4 years younger than Ugarte and way more complete already. The problem is, mate, he's like, what, 4 times the price. We don't have that money. We don't have that money. 25, hell no, 30 million, take it or leave it, I agree. Oh, pardon me. Kobe isn't going to play 60 games. Nobody, fitness apart from Bruno's, can do that. And that amount of pressure on an 18-year-old is ridiculous. I agree, mate. That's cheap for Scott. It's too cheap. It's too cheap. It's too cheap. Scott is a very useful player. Loved by every United manager he played. Jose even introduced a special award for him. Exactly. He's got such a long history at the club. I don't know. He's one of my favourite players who everyone else dislikes. Chat, who's that for you? Who is the player who everyone doesn't really like that much, but you have a soft spot for? Who's that player? It could genuinely be absolutely anyone because this fan base hates every player by the sounds of it. But Scott McTominay is that man for me. I like, Came up through the academy, Jose Mourinho's golden boy, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's golden boy, Erik ten Hag's golden boy, a leadership figure. I love him. I love him. He scores goals. I love his knee slide celebration. The game against Leeds, when he plays against Leeds, he turns into Roy Keane, Zinedine Zidane all in one. God, he's one of my favourites, you know. He's one of my favourites. It would break my heart to see him leave. It would break my heart to see him leave. God, Pau says Herrera. Herrera was really well liked, no? I loved Herrera. I thought Herrera was like really quite adored by this club and by the fans. Anthony says, Ahmed, mate, you're barking up the wrong tree, pal. You're barking up the wrong tree. He's got a long history during arguably the worst period in the club's history. Is that his fault, mate? Is that his fault? I don't think so. I think he's done his best. And has honestly saved Erik ten Hag's job numerous times last season. Numerous. 25 mil for Scott McTominay is enough. I mean, we just have to agree to disagree, chat. Got to agree to disagree. Rashford a bit. I don't think Rashford's that hated, you know. Daily Blins. Again, Daily Blins really... I liked Blins. So says Maguire. I agree. ZM says smash the like button. I agree with him completely. We are 6 likes away from 40 likes right now. I would love to hit that today, chat. It would mean the world. Dan Mazungu says last season Scott did start running with the ball, becoming more of a ball carrier. It looks like he's trying to add to his game, and he is my soft spot. He is. Oh, I love him. I love Zlatan when we had him. You can't not, to be honest. You can't not. United Indian says, everyone's golden boy just because he's a good lad. But on the footballing level, he's not there, mate. He scores goals. Boys. He scores goals. Please keep the soft spot aside and judge on football. Oh, mate. It's a voice crack there. Good God. First one, I've done that for a while. Maguire's a good one, you know. Yeah, it's fair. De Gea, anyway. Good God, we've spoken about our soft spots for players when we're a bit too much at the moment. Here's a player who I don't think we all have that big of a soft spot for. The man that was trying to sell other than Scott McTominay at the moment, who Fabrizio Romano has said, let's see it. Manchester United are working to sell Casemiro or Scott McTominay to make room for Manuel Ugarte. It's one or the other. Spoken about Scott's chance of leaving the club. Let's talk about Casemiro's chances of leaving my football club and our football club. Not mine, our football club. Casemiro. I spoke a second ago about how interested Casemiro from Saudi Arabia has cooled for now. That's from Sky Sports, one of their top reporters. It might be heated back up just a little bit. It's been in the freezer. It's putting it back in the microwave. It's heating up just that little bit. Kante has been linked today with a move to West Ham United of £20 million. His club is Al Ittihad, Benzema's club. And the interesting thing with Benzema is he is seen as the face of the Saudi Pro League. He is the main man. He is the poster boy, even more than Cristiano Ronaldo. The problem is he fell out with everyone last season, and the club is doing everything in their power to make him happy. Pardon me, sorry. They're trying to bring in Moussa Diaby to make him happy. Hussein Aouar, I'm pretty sure, is also being brought in to make him happy. But if N'Golo Kante leaves, that's another man of the French connection gone. And he would want a top 6 to make him happy. That club is the only team at the moment not just going after young players to make them better, to make the league more attractive. At the moment, Al Ittihad are playing the game of let's make Karim Benzema happy, who was so unhappy last season. He played 6 months out, feigning an injury, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, it's Edinson Cavani, but worse. The fact that N'Golo Kante is leaving, it opens the door just a little bit. Have we got news on Ugarte? We got some news. We got some news on Ugarte. Just seen that in the chat. Give me a second, sorry. So what was I saying? I think now there's probably more of a chance for Casemiro to be going to... there's more of a chance for Casemiro to leave now. I'm not going to say it's certain, but someone who has an excellent knowledge on the Saudi Pro League situation, odds on FPL, one of my bosses actually, go give him a follow on X. He's indicated to me that, look, there's more of a chance now. But again, an Ugarte update for you, some breaking news on the stream. Manchester United are continuing the negotiations regarding Manuel Ugarte. It appears we're in club-to-club talks with them at the moment. Plenty Goal continues to say, MUFC are pushing for him, but it's not an easy deal. Understand that PSG want to sell Ugarte. A straight loan is not an option, if at all, with an obligation to buy. Ooh. Okay, PSG demands 70 million euros at this stage. Clubs remain in contact. Personal terms are not an issue, as Ugarte is keen to join United with Erik ten Hag, as reported. Chat, I want to hear you right now. Do you think 70 million euros is too much? Let me know, because to me, that is double the value of anything we should be going near. That to me is a ridiculous deal. So not anything new. It is, because 70 million euros is certainly news to me. That is extortion. Chat, we talk about Fredo prices going up and up in the UK. Good God. The value of just very average number sixes is just going through the roof. 70 million euros, yeah. So it's a walk away. If we can't get that deal down, that is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. That's London price for a pint expensive, chat. Good God. Oh, that's ruined my whole mood. Oh, that's a shame. That's very frustrating. We've got a lot of news to talk about today, chat. We've got some academy news. Chat, stay around to the end where I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive on an Arsenal academy talent coming to visit Manchester United. But let's talk about Ugarte at the moment. Yeah. Oh, God. Jesus, God. 70 million euros, chat, for Manuel Ugarte. That is ridiculous. That's the same price for João Neves. And João Neves, as we spoke about earlier, is 4 times the player of Manuel Ugarte. That is ridiculous to me, chat. That is ridiculous. Would you pay 70 million euros? There's over 100 of you in the stream right now. I want to say yeses or nos for Manuel Ugarte, 70 million euros to Manchester United. And they're saying they're not even going to do an obligation to buy. No, an option to buy with a loan. Which to me is just silly. It's just silly. Good God. That's ridiculous to me. That's ridiculous. No way, he's not a £70 million player. I agree. I think Ugarte would push this one hard. We bid 45. He needs to push for the move. He needs to push for the move. That's what he needs to do. It's what he needs to do, chat. Because at the moment, there's no chance we're paying that premium fee. If we do, I'll be a bit suspicious, because that is... I will be frustrated if we do that. We should be going nowhere near that deal. Should be going nowhere near it. No notice makers. You lot do not like him at all. And I don't like it either. I don't like it. Bye-bye Ugarte, says Gordons. Yeah. Dan Mazungu says, we're not going to pay 70 million euros. That is more than they paid for him. And he has not been a regular this season. If they're willing to sell him, you pay less than they spent. I agree, mate. I agree. 50 to 55 million euros. It will be 44 to 48 million pounds. I still think that's too much. I still think that's way too much money. Honestly, he's not worth more than 40 million pounds. Honestly, chat. Honest to God. Honest to God. They got Ugarte for 60 million. Yeah, exactly. Jesus. Yes, it broke up over 5 seasons. Still too much money. Still too much money. Report said João Neves is 70 million euro. 70 million. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're not worth the same. Nowhere near. Nowhere near, chat. Nowhere near. Very frustrating, actually. Very, very, very frustrating. Who else would you sign then, chat? Say Manuel Ugarte doesn't go through. Say that deal doesn't go through in the end. Say we walk away, PSG don't budge, Ugarte doesn't push hard enough, we don't end up getting Manuel Ugarte. Who would you be going after? Which number 6 would you be going to? We heard reports today from Belgian media that Manchester United have tried or are trying to hijack the deal from Amadou Onana. I'm not talking about it because I believe it's a load of poppycock and I'm not getting myself all hyped up over nothing. But say Ugarte isn't the man for Manchester United, who are you bringing in? Zubimendi, says Carl Duncan. Zubimendi says Pal. Good God, you lot love that bloke, don't you? Zubimendi, you lot have got a hive mind today. Jesus wept. By Amrabat for 20 million euros. I think that's fair. I think we get him anyway. If it's a choice between a guard... Actually, no. I'll talk about Rabiot in a bit. Let's talk about our replacement number 6, shall we? Talk about our replacement number 6. Zubimendi is way better than Ugarte. I'm pretty sure he will cost you an arm and a leg, if I'm being honest. But I'll do some watching of him. I have some time today. I'll do some watching. How you doing, JB, mate? You doing well? What's up, Waffler? What's up, my man? What's up? Get Amrabat. I mean, when we talk about Rabiot, we'll talk about Amrabat as well. Pape Sarr, is that the lad from Spurs? He's an FM legend. If any of you lads are football manager boys, that boy's a football manager legend. Inana is trash. It's Fellaini 2.0. We're not going down the Fellaini Inana route again, chat. We can't do it again. We've done it way too many times at this point. Zubimendi wants to stay in Spain, but Yoro wants to go to Madrid. The thing with Zubimendi is it's more of a stronger link. It's very much familial. It's very much heritage is why he wants to stay there. So I wouldn't really compare the two that much. £53 million release clause for Zubimendi? No way. No way is he that cheap. No way. Let me do some journalistic work for you, chat. Let me find out. Actually, no. I have mods now. Mods. Do me a favour. Go on Twitter, please. Search up Zubimendi and find like a reliable source talking about his price, please. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. Gut feelings, Rabiot and Amrabat is coming. If they both come, I'd be severely disappointed. That would really frustrate me. If those are our signings, chat, what would you rate our midfield window out of 10 if probably our most pressing issue, regardless of signings made already, our most pressing issue coming into this summer was our midfield and the imbalance, the lack of runners, the lack of intensity, the lack of height, the lack of physicality in general? How happy would you be, rate out of 10, if we only got Rabiot and Amrabat? How happy would you be? How happy would you be? Do you think we should get Rabiot? No, but I think we will. I think we will. The more I read about it, the more it just seems obvious it's going to happen. Christian says, I would love to see Amadou Onana in a United shirt, but he has already left for Aston Villa. It's not done and dusted yet, I'm pretty sure. It's not done and dusted, but it's certainly close. It's certainly close. 0, 5 out of 10, 0 rating. I think it's worse than 0. I think it's negative. That would be appalling. Are we going to get De Ligt? There's been no real De Ligt news at the moment. We're trying to move on having Maguire and Lindelof. Then I think we'll be going towards... then I think we'll go towards him soon. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 again. My false hope's still there. We will hijack Neves deal. No chance. No chance. I'm saying a 0 out of 10 chance for us hijacking Neves, chat. I'm sorry. God, but you lot are still like 50 to 60 million euros, I believe. I mean, maybe. I've heard rumours he's an 8/10. No, sorry, no. Sorry, just a standard number 8. Just not what we need. But I will look into him. I'll look into him. That's my on my to-do list today. That's on my to-do list. Leon Goretzka from Bayern. Joshua Kimmich, maybe. Be really, really cheeky. Even though we already know he doesn't want to move to us. Only a Champions League club. Only a top tier project. He's not going to come to us, chat. Let's not kid ourselves. De Ligt is staying most likely according to Folk. He isn't happy with United at the moment. When did you hear that, mate? When did you hear that? When did you hear that? Is that new? I'm not seeing that. Not seeing that at all. Frimpong will be a perfect match for United. We'll talk about right backs and stuff later. Branthwaite coming now that Everton taker fell to. I mean, we'll see. I think we'll see. There's been no credible source saying it's hurt their PSR. So I'm going to wait for a bit on that. Let's not get too excited yet, chat. But I think we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I also thought we had no chance for Yoro too. Neves might happen. I thought we had a chance with Yoro. I don't think we have any chance with Jan Neves, unfortunately. But the midfield deal. Let's talk about Adrien Rabiot very quickly, chat. A man who's been linked to United for how many seasons now? 2, 3, maybe even 4. Adrien Rabiot has been constantly linked to Manchester United Football Club. And again, more reports. According to Sky Sports, Manchester United are keeping an eye on Adrien Rabiot's situation. That intrigues me, that intrigues me. Again, a really vague term, keeping an eye on. What does it mean? To me, it means we've not disregarded it. I think he's a plan B, a plan C. If I'm being completely honest with you, that means if we were really interested in him, we'd be going out talking to his agent already. Manchester United, as we're all quite aware by now, are quite efficient. We're quite decisive. We know what we want. Look at how we're moving for Ugarte. Look how we moved for Leny Yoro. Look how we moved for Joshua Zirkzee. One target onto the next, onto the next, onto the next, onto the next. if we wanted Rabiot, who would be a fairly easy deal, sort out wages, sort out an agent fee, he's a free transfer, so we don't have to get to a club. That deal could be done very, very, very quickly. The fact that we're not gone to him straight away indicates to me we're not that keen yet. It could be a deal that happens, but later in the window if we don't get our number one targets in the midfield. Pretty sure there's some more Rabiot news as well. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano says, Adrien Rabiot's dream is to move to the Premier League. More specifically, the finances of the Premier League and how that can support his mother. That boy is a mama's boy. Honestly, he's a mama's boy. Rabiot's mum is his manager. Is she not? Macmillan. Is Rabiot's mum not his manager? Oh, mods, investigate. Please, thank you. Can you not find out if they are? Rabiot feels like a Woodward signing to me. It feels like a desperation signing. It would be desperate. It would be later on in the window. It would be late July, early August, that sort of time. It's what it would be probably. Paycheck merchant. He's a very solid player. Underwhelming but solid. And I often talk about my disdain for the lack of height, the lack of physicality in United's midfield. He would bring that and more. So, I don't know. I can see benefits to him. Just not really enough for the wages he'd be asking for, to be honest. Rabiot is a weird one, haha. Yeah. It's a very odd deal to do. It's a very odd deal. Boubacar Kamara, he is a good number 6'8". 8 out of 10 says... 8 out of 10 signing. Yeah, I think he would be... Kamara would be good, but he's not going to leave a Champions League side like Villa, is he? That's a shame, isn't it? Bit of a shame. Perfect word for him, solid. Yeah, that's what he would be. He'd be a solid move. Adrien Rabiot. Nothing great, nothing special, just quite solid. So what I think it's going to be, I think it's going to come down to signing Adrien Rabiot or signing Sofiane Amrabat. Both players, due to transfer fee, due to wages, and all of the sort of mum's fee. I'm going to call it that, mama's boy's fee. Let's call it that, shall we, chat? I think they'll come up to a similar value. They'll be quite similar in what they'll eventually come up to. So I think it'll be one or the other. So I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Who would you rather sign? Adrien Rabiot or Sofiane Amrabat? Who would you rather sign? Rabiot, Amrabat. There we go, chat. Go crazy with it. Have fun. Let's see what you lot are saying about this. I'm intrigued. Who's going to be that 50th like? Chat, we are nearly one... not nearly. We are one like away from 50 likes. I'd love to hit 60, 65, maybe even 70 today. There's over 100 of you in the stream right now. If you're enjoying it so far, please show your support. Jithian Joseph, hope we don't sign Ugarte. He's a player from 2018 when everyone was in the Gegenpress hype. We will get wrecked in the league with him. The Gegenpress hype is still very truly alive, my friend. Still very truly alive. Every top side is a high pressing side. That's what it is. And to be fair, Ugarte would help with that. He would help. Neither Ambabuti nor Mama's boy. Oh, Jithian, mate. Oh, Jithian. Hitler or Stalin type of pulses, Levi. Bloody hell, chat. You lot are ruthless today. God, some people woke up with the wrong side of the bed this morning, didn't you? Jesus, wet, chat. God, take a chill. They're just footballers, promise you. Would you put a 60 or 50 million pound bidding for the Crystal Palace youngster? Do you mean Wharton? Adam Wharton, if you are talking about him, is not moving anywhere this summer for less than what? 90 million pounds? 100 million pounds? That's what it would be. Palacios would be a fantastic choice. You know what? A signing like that, I'm not calling it Palacios. I don't know much about him, if anything at all. He's Leverkusen, maybe. Maybe that's where he's from. When it comes to players like that, I think that's what we'll need to make a signing of this window. Say we don't get Ugarte, we've got to go after a midfielder, who is a diamond in the rough. We bought in Christopher Vell, someone who is a mastermind at bringing in those diamonds. The ones that look like coal, you take a little bit of the dirt off, there's a diamond under there. That's what he is brilliant at. That is his MO. That is what he's made a career for in the business. We brought him in for this summer, probably for those sort of reasons, knowing that at some point we would reach a financial impasse. We wouldn't be able to sign a Jared Vanthwaite. We wouldn't be able to sign a proper number 6, or at least a well-known number 6, like a Ugarte, like an Onana, like a João Neves, all players that United want. So to me, we have the resources to go and get an undervalued sort of hidden gem here. It's just which one we go for. I mean, does anyone know any hidden gems they'd want us to go for? Anyone know? Haidara Vanyik recommended. No, Joshy boy, he's a proper 8. He's a quick box-to-box number 8. Not someone I really want in that regard. Cooper Mimers would love to get Palmer. Do you mean Cole Palmer, bruv? No. Stop dreaming. Stop dreaming. It's just a gay. Palace midfielder Adam Wharton better. Next summer is the summer of Adam Wharton. City, Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Spurs, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, every top club in the world will be looking at Adam Wharton next summer. I promise you, chat. I promise you. Okay, this is interesting. Alvarez or Rabiot? Alvarez. I'd take Edson Alvarez over Adrien Rabiot. 100%. 100%. Adam Wharton would cost a fortune. No, exactly. That's why we're waiting for next season. We've built up our squad a little bit more and we can splash out on our fancy big name midfielder. That's what I do. That's what I do. Chat, don't you dare go anywhere. At the end of this stream, I have put together our most likely lineup and we're going to be going through it and you're going to be rating it out of 10 and see if there's any sort of changes, any additions that you would make to it. So don't be going anywhere. But finally from AS Monaco, he's going to AC Milan, unfortunately, mate. AC Milan. Hoyland says Levi, maybe. Maybe. He's the lad who scored against England, isn't it? That was quite depressing. That really was quite depressing. I'm looking to see if there's any more news on Branthwaite. I'm having a little look. I can't really see anything. I suspect the streams over the next week, we're talking a lot about Jared Branthwaite, is my guess. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, fine. There's no news. Edison from Atalanta. Yeah, that makes a bit of sense. I mean, that's the thing. I haven't watched enough of these players. I know Goldbridge loves Edison. I know he likes him a lot. But yeah. Yeah. Lucas Dua from Red Bull. And Ugarte. The thing is, he's not moving anywhere. Dua ain't moving anywhere this summer. Trust me. He's not moving anywhere. But chat, what do you want to see first? Do you want to see the lineup or should we do a deep dive into the Leny Yoro Athletic deal? I have everything from that deal, from that article, sorry. I can talk all that through with you, or do you want to see the lineup first? Let me know, chat. Let me know. And finishing off the poll, 71% of you believe that you would rather have Sofian Amrabat than Adrien Rabiot. Chat, look at you lot. Look at you lot coming along well. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Adrien Rabiot is a big name we don't need anymore. Sofian Amrabat proved in the biggest of games when the pressure was on, he could adapt. He could turn it on. He could genuinely be the answer at times next season for Manchester United. In my opinion, any midfielder we sign is purely a stopgap. We are going after our marquee midfield number 6 next season, or maybe even the summer after, not this season. We just need a stopgap, and Sofian Amrabat to me is the very definition of an excellent stopgap. Best till last, lineup after IMO. What do you mean best till last? As in, do you want Yoro first, chat? Do you want Yoro first? Yoro deal. What's travelling squad? I don't know. I think Yoro's going over to the USA. I think Yoro is going. Every top side now focuses on control along with high press. Casemiro is a better passing range and better everything. What? Chat, who has a better passing range between Casemiro and Ugarte? I am not hearing that. Casemiro is appalling on the ball. He's a hand grenade. A walking, talking one at that. Good God, mate. Good God. Amrabat at 6 is too slow. He's not too slow. He just had to adapt. He just had to adapt, chat. Lineup last time, mate. You know what? Yeah, cool. We'll talk about the We'll talk about Leny Yoro now, chat, shall we? We'll be really positive. We'll be really positive. So after the deal, after the announcement of Leny Yoro to Manchester United, after it was all done and dusted, he's holding up the shirt at Camington with his kids surrounding him. Dan Ashworth's statement reads as such. Let me read it out to you. Leny is one of the most exciting young defenders in world football. He possesses every attribute needed to develop into a top-class centre-back. Having had such an excellent start to his career, we are excited to support him in reaching his immense potential here at Manchester United Football Club. Boys, we have signed a living, breathing wonder kid. Welcome to Manchester United, Leny Yoro. There's always with these deals, the really funky ones, the really fun ones, the really interesting ones. There's always a bit of a deep dive from the brilliant people over at The Athletic. Let's see what they've said. I mean, the two big points are Rio Ferdinand was deployed, among others, to convince Leny Yoro it would be the right move to join Manchester United. That's from The Athletic. Good God. Imagine that. I mean, we could sort of tell. So during, if you watch the announcement video, when Leny Yoro has the phone and, who is it? It's Rio's on the phone to him, shirtless, for some really odd reason. Do you not find that funny? Rio Ferdinand just being shirtless, calling Leny Yoro. I don't know. That was really, really, really weird to me. It was really odd. But beforehand, I think it's Nick, the social media guy, gave me the phone. He said that we think you've spoken to him a bit already. Like the little teasers, the little winks to the camera, almost breaking the fourth wall. Rio Ferdinand has been in constant contact with Leny Yoro for a while by the looks of it. I mean, remember he was on 5 Live and he said to the camera, Leny Yoro, if you're seeing this, please come to United. I criticised him. I criticised Rio. I was like, mate, you are Rio Ferdinand. You have all the context in the world. If you want to talk to him and tell him that, call him up. You would have been one of his heroes coming up. One of the best centre-backs the Premier League has ever seen. Call him up. Call him up. Go talk to him. Actually chat to the bloke. And that's what he did. He seemingly spoke enough. He got through to him. And when you send these big names, these superstars, these legends of the game, they're going to listen. What did Real Madrid do? They said, you are the future. You're going to come here. In fact, Real Madrid are so salty. They said in the Athletic report, a senior source said, he will get paid a lot there. That's all Real Madrid had to say about it. That's all they had to say. Not understanding that to get Leny Yoro to a football club, a player of that calibre, I mean, they do understand it's Real Madrid, but maybe they got lost in the fact that after Kylian Mbappe deal, everyone will wait. They're not always going to. You have to show ambition. You have to show that you want them. And Manchester United, above all of that, showed that. I mean, Omar Bavada led the final negotiations for the Leny Yoro deal. It was said the chase has become an obsession, with Bavada eager to beat Real Madrid and signal a new direction for Manchester United. Chat, there's the old saying, hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard. But, in my opinion, obsession will always beat hard work. Always. There's working hard, then there is being obsessed. And Omar Bavada has obsession, he has talent, and he managed to go toe-to-toe with Florentino Perez, and he came out on top. The entire team was. It was a massive club-wide operation, this. Massive club-wide. They sent Jason Wilcox to go visit Yoro months ago. That was in the report itself. We first began our pursuit of him. Jason Wilcox went on his merry way to Lille, sat down face-to-face with Leny Yoro and spoke to him. That, to me, insane. Insane. A new chat for Leny Yoro. I'm not going to embarrass myself by reading that out here. Not going to read that out. I can't sing, chat. I can't sing. Yeah, was also thinking, wow, get a shirt on, man. Yeah, no, I know. It's just because Rio has been rizzing him up to join Joshy. Brother, mate, please. Come on, mate. Come on. Boys, we're also 1 like away from 60 likes. It would mean the world to me if we could hit that right now. We're having a really good run of streams at the moment. The community is only growing and growing here on the MPB morning show. But I guess Rio was on the way to his pool, probably. Probably, mate. Probably. Ineos outgoings are disappointing, but you never talk. Ineos outgoings... What? Lumen, brother, what? What do you mean Ineos outgoings are disappointing? We haven't made any. Scott's about to go. We've sold Mason Greenwood when a few months ago it looked like the only option was terminating his contract with sell-on clause after sell-on clause in that boy's deal. So what do you mean they're disappointing? We sold Alvaro Fernandez for £10 million. Cam Wilder for the same. We're going to move on to Scott McTominay. Every other player has been shackled with the appalling wages given to them by those up top. Anthony, we can't move on. Wages. Casemiro, the same. It's not Ineos' fault, Lumen, mate. It's not Ineos' fault. A bit rich coming from Real, paying Mbappe 150 million to sign. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Why Man City allowed to sign Savio, but United can't sign Todibo? I'm lost, people. If I'm not mistaken, Savio's from Troyes. They're not playing in the same league as United, if I'm not mistaken. Everton have released a statement, takeover is off. LOL. Good God. It makes me happy a little bit, doesn't it? Makes me a little bit happy. Oh dear. I wonder what people are saying about it. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. We'll be hearing news about that, I think. We're hearing news about that. Above 10 million is funny. It's a really good deal. It's a top deal, actually. With Javi Mas coming through, it's a top deal. Yoro needs to fill out his frame. He will get bullied by Haaland. I've seen some of his compilations. Many players shoulder barge him easily. It will improve with time, hopefully. He's a kid. Yoro is just a kid. Yoro is just a kid. Mason Mount going to be a big player this season. I agree with you, Mac, mate. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. United's number sign is really concerning. It will hunt whole season if not sorted. Casemiro is not the same Real Madrid Casemiro anymore. I know he's not. Which is why I'd rather move him on. But chat, that is the deep dive on the Athletic report. Lots of really fun things. It's a nice way to sort of get ready for the end of the stream. Not too much news to talk about today. Just been some fun things to sort of add on. But now I'm going to be revealing to you my opinion on what our lineup will be looking like come the end of the transfer window. So, is this working, chat? Is this working? Here is our back line. That's what I think our back line is, chat. That's what I think our back line is. Can you see it? Hopefully you can see it. Let me know if you can. Everton fans were pissed we didn't sign their young talent lot. Weird lot. They are. You know what? Some of them are a little bit odd. Hey, how you doing, Calvin, mate? You doing good? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, mate. You can all see that? Glad you can all see that. So, that is, what, in my opinion, our lineup. That's what I think our defence looks like come the end of the season. Let me know. Do you think... Rate that out of 10. Rate that out of 10. That's not what I've really gone for. That's not what I would pick. That's what I think it will end up looking like. Going through the roles, any left centre-back, I haven't got a clue, by the way. Haven't got a clue. Maguire, I think he goes. MDL Lol sounds like an energy drink or something. Joshy boy, what? Come on. Let me have my fun. My Batista Licks, the entire thing. Oh, I'm not doing that. But that's what I think we do. I think we do get De Ligt. And I think Yoro does understudy for him. I think that is a formation you can play when you can play a 3-back of De Ligt, Yoro and Licha. Although I don't love it, I see it happening. Any left centre-back Lot was a great lad. He's a top player, isn't he? Levi, he's top. He's really, really good. Jitty and Joseph, Everton signed a new deal, mate. I know, but I wouldn't have him there. I'd have him as 5th option. He's a 5th option. Honestly, he shouldn't be starting as your backup to either right centre-back or left centre-back. Not a chance. Not a chance. If that's it, no. I don't like it. But I've got Kalioglu in there at right back because I really do think next season we're going to see, especially if we do get Ugarte, we're seeing a lot of inverted fullbacks. I mean, H said it yesterday. I was thinking relatively the same thing. But I'm going to credit him because he did sort of put it out there. Just because we have an inverted fullback alongside Ugarte, we can sort of mimic a double pivot, allowing Maine to push forward and sort of make the most of his abilities in and around the box, allowing him to be a number 8. So it could work like that. I think both Dallo and Kalioglu can do that role. Shaw might be able to. I still think he's probably best as an out-and-out sort of traditional fullback running down the left-hand side, providing that overlap to whoever our left winger is going to be, and I'll be revealing that in a second. Are you funded by Surgeon Ratcliffe, says Lutata? No. No, I'm not, mate. Not funded by Ratcliffe. I'd love to be. I would love to be. Would, honestly, student loan, would love a bit of Sergeant Ratcliffe money right about now. Would love it. We might go back in for Branthwaite over De Ligt. I think if we can go back in for Branthwaite at a reasonable price, we get both. I think we get both. Kadioglu, is he a yes signing? No, but I do think we get a fullback. And it's more wishful thinking. I think if we're going to sign a right back or a fullback, it will be Frimpong. But I couldn't put Frimpong as my backup right back. It would have hurt my soul a little bit too much. So I got Kadioglu instead. I put Kadioglu down instead. But chat, last sort of opinions is over 90 of you in the stream right now. Let me know. Rate it out of 10 once more for me. And would you be happy with that? Would you be happy? Would you be happy? And of course, Mlassic is in there as well. I just wanted to sort of put Amas as the sort of main man. To be honest. That's sort of what I'd go for. Just noted Kadioglu there, 8.5 out of 10. Thank you. Thank you. Let me know. Final opinions. I'm going to try and get the next one up at midfield. Let's see. You haven't done this before in this way, so let's see if you work. Ooh, which one is it? I think it's this. Did that change anything? No. There we go. That's done something, hasn't it? Hopefully. That do something, anything, chat? You'd have Tom Keaton in goal. It's back up to Onana, yeah? The man went to the Euros, for God's sake. He's great vibes. He's great vibes. I like Keaton. Seems like a top bloke. He can be Isaac Steffen. He can be Isaac Steffen. I'd be happy enough with that. You know what, Sosa, that's a great question. That's a great question. To me, it does quite well. To me, it does quite well. I quite like it. I think it does do quite well. I think it's balanced. I think our fullbacks are top. I think our centre-back depth is good. As long as we get in a decent left centre-back who can help out a left-back. I think it does well. Midfield's on. Yippee. Yeah, that's great. How do you feel about that? Yeah, I'm not that happy with it either. I mean, we've gone from Pal saying midfield stinks, KD 9 out of 10, Levi says midfield's a solid 6 out of 10. Certainly got the duality of man in this stream today, don't we? Or the triality. Bruno, Manu only. I mean, I think that's the most likely outcome. I don't think we get... I think our midfield signings are Ugarte and Rabiot, even with the Ugarte news coming out today. I do think it goes down. 7 midfielders. There's Carl Duncan. What don't you like about it? If you don't like that, what don't you like about it? Because I don't love it. I don't love it. And by the way, Ugarte and Manu are playing in a double pivot there. They're playing in a double pivot, just to let you all know. They're playing in a double pivot. Midfield's a bit shaky. Yes, it is. I think if we've got to sit back in a mid-block for a lot of this season, unfortunately, it's what's going to have to be. Red wire or blue wire, Alex, I don't know, mate. I'm not a tech whiz. I barely get by doing these streams, you know. Midfield stinks so bad. I don't love it. KD saying 9 out of 10. I do disagree with you. I do disagree. Same old midfield, still not sorted. Yeah, it's on its way there. Ugarte is a good enough squad player. He's an upgrade just about on... he's just about an upgrade on Scott, just. I think Rabiot adds much needed experience and physicality into the side, but I don't love it. I don't love it. 7 out of 10 scared Bruno and Main will be too attacking, but it can work. It can work if we've got a pivot of Mainu and Ugarte. They complement each other good enough. The problem is they fill in each other's holes. They just don't make each other better. That's sort of my issue with it. They don't make each other better. It's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame. I see Bruno playing deeper sometimes and Xerxes playing deeper off of Hoyland. I mean, I've got a special guest coming onto the channel in probably like 4 or 5 days now. And I'll be asking about my mad scientist idea of Joshua Xerxes as my long-term number 10. But chat, we are 3 likes away from hitting 70 likes. It'd mean the world to me if we can hit that today. And as always, we are aiming for 6,000 subs on this channel. We are halfway there, 5,500 at the moment. It would mean the world to me if we could hit that somewhat soon. Bring back Michael Kavak, says Pal, or Park Ji-sung. You know what? I'd take both. I would take both. So Dem says, Mainu is a top player and can help progress from deep like De Jong. Ugarte on energy and tackling compliments. Mainu's a cavi first player. He can progress the ball. I just prefer I prefer pass first player, to be honest with you. Worst case scenario, we've got Darren Fletcher. He's still at the club, isn't he? Somehow. He's supposed to be quite good. Ball says it's an improvement. Sorry, Jonathan says it's an improvement on what we have. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But shall I get us the final thing we were talking about? And that is our front three. Let's get that. You're not going to be quite underwhelmed by this, I think. I think you will be quite underwhelmed. Nope. There we go. Is that up for you, chat? Is that up for you? What do you think of this front three? We got a new tweet. Oh, boys, might be saying a little bit later. We have a new tweet from Ducker, apparently. What's Ducker saying, chat? Maybe Branthwaite ends up getting sold after all, says Ducker. That's a guess. That's a guess, mate. That's a guess. That's a guess. I hate to say it, that's a guess. We will see. Until I get some actual, opinions on it, some strong reports, this is happening, that's a guess. That is at the end of the day engagement farming, to be honest with you. What do you rate that out of 10? What do you rate out of the front three? I'm putting Rashford over Garnacho. Those two are going to be really quite similar in starting roles next season. Very, very, very similar. What do you think? Anthony is back up to Sancho. That's what I'd go with. That's sort of... It's a very obvious front three. I don't think you can really... We're not going to be making any more additions to that. If Ivan Toney comes in, you have him as a third striker. Push Xerxes back into midfield, maybe. That's what I would do. Maybe do a two-striker system, but I can't see that working with the rest of the squad. So, who knows, chat? Who knows? Chat, we are at 69 likes. Don't love that number. Let's get to 70, shall we? PG channel. You can't have a PG channel having just 69 likes. It's unfair. It's unfair. Get up to 70, chat. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me. Ducker ducking for putting out some real news. Ducker's great. Don't get at Ducker. I like Ducker a lot. Great journalist. Levi saying 6.5 out of 10. Katie 7.5 out of 10. Ahmad starting is better than Sancho and Anthony. I agree, mate. I agree. I think pairs Sancho and Højlund and Xerxes and Rashford as the pairs complement. Yeah, that's fair. 9 with Tony. No. No, I don't think so. Chat, thank you so much for joining me today and going through at the end my sort of deep dive on a lineup for Manchester United. What I think we'll be lining up with next season. Let me know as we end the stream what you think and rate that out of 10. And are you happy with that? We go into next season with that lineup. Are we happy? Are we upset? Is it a good base to build off for the future as we have Europa League and financial restrictions? Thank you so much for joining me today, chat. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and that like button. Let's aim for 6,000 subs in the month of July. As always, get at me at Alex Talks All on all platforms at Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Got videos on there as well. And as per, follow mufcMPB on X if you haven't already to never miss a piece of Manchester United news. Thank you, chat. I really appreciate you joining me today. I will see you next time.